When I talk about the spiritual discipline of service, I'm not talking about putting together a nice church service, but rather about the act of serving other people. This can be through things like making them a meal, helping them with a task, or even just taking time to listen to them. The key aspect of serving is that you're spending some of your time to make someone else's life easier. This not only applies to serving other people as individuals, but this can also include serving a group of people with the help of other people around you. As long as that sacrifice is being made in your life, to give up some of your time and energy for the sake of a person, organization, or group of people outside of yourself, you're practicing the discipline of service. This practice is important because it helps us to avoid selfish living by looking beyond our own life and desires. See, God never intended for us to live isolated lives where we only focus inwardly by becoming a more holy person. Part of our righteousness is putting our faith into practice through the way we treat other people. This is also what other people are looking for in the church. When people come to church, they are oftentimes looking for help and guidance. They want somebody to care for them and give them a leg up in life. As we use the money and gifts that God has given to us to serve other people, we are not only obeying God's commands, but we are also bringing them closer to Christ by displaying for them an example of Christ's love that we have experienced in our own life. We then become a connection for them to experience God's love through us, which can often lead them to be curious about where that kind of love comes from and to want to experience it in a more direct way. So not only are we following God's commands by serving others in the first place, but we are also following God's other command to bring people into relationship with Him. It can all be done through the discipline of serving others. This concept of serving people to lead others to Christ works both when you are serving those people directly and even when you're serving people other than them. When people see the church participating in hospitable outreach, like caring for people who have survived a natural disaster, it helps the onlookers to realize the validity of the church's ministry and accept that there is a supernatural, life-changing love at work. This can also work just in the way that Christians treat other Christians. Jesus told his disciples that people would recognize them as his disciples because of the love that they would show each other. The love that we show both outside of the church and inside of our circle of believers is a testament to the love that God has for all people. This love is communicated by our acts of service. This is why the discipline of service is so important, because service is about putting love into action. You're not just telling someone that you care about them or talking about how God loves them, but instead you are showing them that love by allowing them to experience through your own acts of service for them. For these reasons, it's so important that we don't neglect our acts of service for other people. We need to live in a way that looks beyond just our own struggles and desires and start asking people, what can I do to help you with your struggles? So let's look for these areas where we can practice a discipline of service to help the people around us in order to overcome our selfishness and lead others to Christ by letting His love do very practical work through our own actions and service to other people. If you'd like to talk to me more about this subject, or if you have a question you'd like me to address, you can always contact me through the Sermon in the Pocket Facebook page or email me at sermoninthepocket@gmail.com. And if you like this program and want to support it, you can pledge a monthly support on my Patreon page. But I encourage you to share this with family and friends who you think would enjoy listening to it or benefit from it. Either way, thank you for taking the time to listen, and have a wonderful day.